Welcome everyone, it's Safrina from Feng Shui and Prosper, and today we are talking about front door Feng Shui for 2019. What kind of energy is your front door letting in to your house? Now, for the information that I'm going to share here, there's a little bit of a difference, especially those of you guys who join me in Feng Shui 2019. By the way, quick pitch. If you haven't joined me in Feng Shui 2019, please do so. Here I have the link for you to register right there. And Feng Shui 2019 is going to get you prepared Feng Shui wise for the year of the pig. Now, if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you've heard me talk about in Feng Shui at least, the idea of direction versus location. Now, in Feng Shui 2019, we cover mostly about location. So in terms of, if your door is here, if your bedroom is here, if your kitchen is in certain directions, what are the energies that are affecting those rooms, those areas in your house, and how to remedy it if it's negative for the year, or how to activate it if it's prosperous for the year. The twist that we're going to go into today is the direction, okay? Which is something that is also really, really important. You guys have heard of the idea of facing good directions, right? In terms of when you're doing a meeting, doing a pitch presentation, or you're taking exams, or those of you who follow the East and West group Feng Shui, you're familiar with your so-called good directions, right? So where the front door is concerned, today we are going to talk a little bit more about the direction of your door. I actually tried looking for a layout that would illustrate that there's a difference between direction and location, but I couldn't find one that properly explains it. So basically, you stand at your front door, or even other doors. If you have a side door or a back door, that's fine, even though this topic is for front door. Any doors that is the barrier, so to speak, between the outside world and the inside, okay? Doors. Now, you could have, let's say, if you could have a front-facing house, but some homes have doors that actually face a different direction, right? Especially in Asia, you'll see doors that are slightly tilted, so it's not necessarily the same direction as the facing of the house. So for you to kind of determine what kind of energy comes in through these doors, all you need to do is stand at your doors and hold a compass. Again, classical Feng Shui, you always need a compass. Do not eyeball it. Even if you think you know what direction it is, you need to be very sure that it is the direction that you think it is. A $20, $30 compass is all you need. So you stand at the door. Again, could be front door, side door, back door, and you figure out what directions you're facing for all those doors. Now, we are going to start with the northwest facing door. So for instance, if you're standing at your door, you're looking outside, the compass in your hand is pointing northwest, then that door is facing the northwest direction, okay? So if you have a door that's facing the northwest direction, this is the energy that's coming through this year. So northwest door is very, very auspicious, very prosperous for sure. It denotes future wealth. So meaning this is a good time for you to do your planning, to do the execution even of those plans, to help you build a foundation for future wealth. It's good for launching a business. It's good for increasing your business's visibility, meaning, increasing your marketing frequencies, your marketing blitzes, or if you're at work, this is also a really good time for you to step up your visibility at work. Maybe network a little bit more, just so people know, like the higher ups know you're there, and so that they can also, if people don't know that you're there, or they don't know what you do for the company, how are they going to give you opportunities, right? The Northwest door also increases that nobleman luck and also helps you meet helpful people. So whether you're in business or you're looking for a job or you have a job, networking is really key because of the energies that are coming in here. By the way, if you guys are wondering where I'm getting this information from, part of it is from Flying Star, another part of it is from Chimandunja. So I'm just kind of blending the two together, okay? The energy that's coming into the door from the Northwest is also really good for relationships. So if you're single and you're looking for commitment, if you're a couple and you're planning to start or expand your family, the energy is also really good for that. Or if you're seeking a committed relationship, i.e. marriage. So happy events relating to relationships are very strong coming in from the Northwest. We're also looking at asset growth or recognition from your work. We kind of mentioned that already, and executing your plans. If there's been something that you've been wanting to do for a while now, and you have the Northwest door, you're going to have that additional support to make sure that it's as smooth as possible, okay? By the way, if the energy is really good, now Northwest is obviously good for this year. For the other directions, if they are really good and you want to activate that, what do? We're not talking about Feng Shui placements because right now we're talking about directions. If this is a door, you can just open that door. Open that door to let the chi flow in. If you don't have a door and you have windows, you can still open the window, but Feng Shui being earth energy, meaning the energy from the ground, it is much stronger if you actually open the door so that the energy closer to the ground can actually come in. Failing that, if all you have is a window, let's say if you're in a building, then you can do that. Okay? So that's for the Northwest door. We're going to go counterclockwise. So the West door. So the West door this year, there is also really strong money energy. It's got the open door. It's got the grain star, which denotes wealth, as well as the chief deity, which is great for helping you invite opportunities in career and in business. Again, if you have a West door, open that door or open that window. Okay. If, by the way, as a side note, if you are in a home or if you're in an apartment building or a condo and you have more than one door, then you can use this to figure out which door you should be using more of this year. Okay, that's just one factor to determine it. Obviously, there could be other factors as well, because one good door, maybe there's structural issues. I don't know, right? But this is a general advice. So general advice being what it is, kind of take it with a grain of sand, but also remember that there are other factors that will fully determine if it's a good door or not. Right now, in this video, we're only looking at direction of the door. Okay, I'm not going into the other details here. Southwest. So Southwest, you guys know there's the number 5 there. However, even with the number 5 there are other things that you need to watch out for, okay? Especially health issues. In the Southwest, there's the fear door. So usually where the fear door is, it also means that there's more pressure, there's more stressful situations. So I want you guys to really make sure that there is self-care if your door is coming in through the Southwest. Okay. And with the number 5 in the Southwest, I've mentioned this before, the Bakwa, the classical Bakwa, the Southwest denotes the mother. So mothers this year need to really watch out for your health. If you're anything like me, where astrologically health is always an issue for me, I need to be doubly careful. If you are a mother and you are born in the year of the sheep or the monkey, you need to be, don't take your health for granted. Go take your massages, do your whatever stress management techniques. Seek professional support if you need to. Okay. Even if you're not a mother, there are general mishaps. So where the number 5 is concerned, and even with the rest of the combination with the Chiman energies, we're also looking at general mishaps. So potential of being cheated, deception is also possible. You're also possibly looking at obstacles. So what does this mean if you have a southwest facing door? If there is a big project, either career related or business related, that you'd like to launch, and you might want to actually look at your astrology as well. Okay, combine the astrology and see what the energy bodes. But if astrologically your wealth luck or your career or your business luck is low, and you have a southwest door, that's a double whammy that you don't want. If you have a big project, I would see if you can push it out to 2020. Okay? Because you don't have a door that's supportive, and astrologically you're not supported as well. So I'm going fast and furious here. Let's go to south. So the south door is looking, if you're facing south, you're looking at number 3. Okay? So arguments and conflicts are likely. Be careful of anything that opens you up to legal liabilities, anything that could open you up to contractual issues. So be careful if you're ever in that situation and you have a door facing south. In terms of Chiman Dunjia, the energies are really good for gaining knowledge, gaining wisdom. It can be, formal education, okay, maybe going back to school, or it can be informal, maybe like self-development or taking some kind of a, weekend course on, let's say, meditation or whatever. Also, you're also seeing new opportunities as well as potential for happy relationship events such as marriages coming through as well. That's coming through the south, okay? Again, how do you activate that? You open the door, let the chi flow in, or you open the window and let the chi flow in. That's one easy way for you to do that. Okay. So, southeast. This year, if you have a southeast door, you need to take a deep breath and be patient, ride out the year. Because the energy that's coming through the southeast can really test your patience. It can test your faith as well. You're going to feel like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And it'll feel like you're always, hitting your head against the wall. Again, just hunker down, keep your head low, but just stay patient, persevere through it, and, just ride out the year. However, the southeast has the deity of harmony as well as the view door, which actually bodes pretty well for those who want a livelier social life, for those who are single and you're seeking committed relationship. It's also great for peacemaking. So if there's been a lot of disharmony or conflicts within the household, you're likely going to see that tapering off a little bit. Also really good for negotiations and dealing. However, so that's Chiman Dunjia energy. However, combine that with the number 7 in Flying Star. Again, that's the 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Because in Chiman, the energy is great for, let's say, negotiations and dealings. But the number 7 in Flying Star could actually have that deal fall apart right towards the end. So just know that there's some energy that could support you, and there's also some energy that could block you. And I hate saying this, but prepare for the worst but hope for the best kind of thing, that could be your theme this year if you have a southeast door. Southeast facing door, okay, remember. If your door is facing east, so you're standing at your door with the compass and you're looking east, okay? Mental, this is based on Shiman, mental and physical energy. There's great support in that. So if you've been feeling burnt out, if you've been feeling a little bit more, sick, or, you're getting a lot of stress, then the energy that's coming in through the east, coming into your house, can help you persevere. It can help you give that emotional, physical, and spiritual sustenance to keep going. Okay? If you've been feeling a little bit ill, especially illness that gets your energy level really low, then the energy that comes through the east can also help you boost that up a little bit. Okay? Just be careful of accidents. So in terms of, whether you're playing sports, or even if, whether or not it's extreme sports, or if you're traveling or whatever, be wary of your surroundings. Be wary of your own body's capability as well. Don't push it so far past your body's limit that you get, you trip up because you're tired, or you're lacking in focus, for instance, right? So action-wise, I would just be aware of your surroundings, okay? Don't drive when you're tired. Don't drive when you're sleepy, things like that, because accidents are possible. Also, another thing, don't implement big financial goals, because the general energy as a combination is not that great. So the energy coming into the east is more the energy of preparing to launch, preparing to execute, but not executing as yet. Because unless you have energies that support you astrologically, or if you activate in other parts of your home for the energies of 2019, then whatever that you execute might just see obstacles or blockages a little bit more this year. Okay. Northeast. So northeast, where flying star is concerned, we have the annual number 2. Where Shiman is concerned, there's the Harn door, there's the black tortoise there. So this will make you also more prone to injuries, surgeries, physical harm, especially during traveling. So, not to say if you're not traveling, then you just, all cares, just throw it into, goes with the wind. Just saying, if you are traveling, then be extra careful. Okay? And last but not least, we have the north. So the north door last year, or you guys who follow annual Feng Shui, last year the north has the number 5, right? So now you guys are like, oh, phew, the number 5 is gone from the north. The energy now is way more supportive. In fact, the wealth luck is strong, especially when it comes to passive or part-time income. So if you have a north door, this is energy that could help you, especially if you're thinking about, let's say, starting a side business or anything to kind of supplement your main income. However, looking at the combination, I would also suggest that you don't rush into any decisions. Like, part-time income is great, but once you start building that, don't just rush into, let's say, quitting your day job, okay? Because, you need to make sure that the foundation is solid. You need to do your homework to make sure that you can make that decision and not regret it down the road. Okay? So I know I went really, really fast to cover all the 9 directions, but directions are not as, I guess what I'm trying to say is directions are a little easier to to present compared to location, because then, you guys who are in Feng Shui 2019, you know all the different things that you need to take into consideration before you even decide what kind of placements you need to put, right, for the year. So, so again, where the direction is concerned, this is what I have prepared for you today. Now, by the way, this is the same if you're in a little unit in an apartment building, or if your office in the whole floor and you have different exits or different entrances, you can use that to determine which one to use more of this year. Now, obviously, the energy shifts every month as well, right? And every day. But at the very least, you know what energy is coming through what direction for the year. You can kind of strategize it that way. Oh, Teresa's got a good question. If you live in a condo, is it the main building? Oh, wait. Okay. If you live in a condo, is it the main building door or the door of your apartment? Actually, both. So if your main building has more than one door, obviously that gives you a choice. But if you're in an apartment and most apartments or condos only have one door, you have no choice. You can only come in and out that door, right? But at least you know what kind of energy is coming through. The direction. Is it facing the door inside the house or outside? You're at the door, you're looking out. You want to know what is the energy coming from external, because that is the energy that's feeding the house. That's the chi that's feeding the house. You don't stand at the door looking into the house. That's the wrong way. Okay? What energy is stronger, the northwest main door of the building or the southeast main door of the studio? Good question. So, this was an experiment that me and my master did. This is when we were actually looking at the daily flying star or the daily energies of all the directions. Now, again, not everyone can follow the daily energetic changes. At the very least, you follow the annual and see if you can tack on the monthly changes. So, in terms of which energy is strongest, if you're going in and out of the building, you want to absorb. Okay, so this was the case study. So the person that we were kind of watching works in a nail salon. And the energy for that day, the door going into the garage, from her house going into the garage is not good. That was the number 5 there. And so we told her, just kind of, out of jest, like, don't use that door because it's the number 5 there for that day. She was like, oh, it's the closest to my car. I'm going to use that. So at the end of the day, we asked her, because if you work in a nail salon, like, I guess you have the base pay, but you get tips as well. So at the end of the day, she was asked, so did you get good tips today? She was like, no, it was bad. So when you're using the door, you're coming in and out, you're absorbing that energy too. Not only is that energy coming into your house, you're also absorbing that. So in a building, if you can use a better door, then do that. So for instance, if you're in a unit that has a bad door, a challenging door, let's say you're in an apartment or a condo unit, right? If you have a bad door and you only have one door, you have no choice but to use that door. See for that building itself, right, the grander scale, that building, is there a better door for you to use? Okay, that will lessen the impact of having an afflicted door. Got it? I hope that makes sense. So in terms of which one is stronger, the energy going into your unit is stronger. Okay? So, however, if it's southeast, it's the main door to your studio, so the energy is not great. If you can kind of, soften the rough edges a little bit by using a better building door to come out of your building, then that would be the way to go. So Angie is asking, do I keep my southeast door shut or closed off? If you have that option, yes. When I do private consultations with my clients, especially if they're in a house, well, obviously, if they're in a house, if they have a front door, back door, side door, garage door, I do tell them which door to use for that year. So if you have more than one entrance that you can pick from, definitely. This is a topic that you think your friends or family might like, please share it. Please share the love. My mission, hopefully, is the same as your mission, is to stop the usage of fake Feng Shui, fast food Feng Shui, because it is just a waste of time, a waste of money, and just gives you heartache down the road. So thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Take care. Hello. This is Safrina Kadri from Feng Shui and Prosper, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do try to put out a brand new video every week. So if you subscribe, then you can make sure that you don't miss out on any of the other content that will be coming out your way.